And I want to give personal thanks for your leadership. You stepped in at let's just say not the easiest time in the world. I love that you shared your team. I know everyone on it. They're excellent people, excellent. Just top quality folks. Charles did a wonderful job before you took over. Gina did a fabulous job, when Lori left, and so Planetary has very good people at the helm. Yourself especially. So
thank you.
And I want to say that I want to echo what Sarah and Jake and all the other headquarters people said yesterday. Yeah, we're in challenging times. It's really tough. It's, we're not going to sugarcoat that, but there's so many cool things going on. All those slides you showed of missions that are ongoing or in planning reminds me of meeting with Sibby Turtle and sharing how much of a fanboy I am of Dragonfly. It's not the moon, but it's darn cool. And so there's tons of stuff that's going on. And I think that, for everyone here, I just want to emphasize that we need to keep our eye on that wonderful prize. So thank you so much, Louise. And let me just ask for questions. If you could please come up to the mic, or if we have any online questions, we can read those. We have a fairly quiet room so far, but I'm sure they're just taking a minute or two to formulate their question.
We have a question online.
Okay, go ahead.
Jim Head asks, what about Venus exploration?
Right. So I think, Jim, I completely understand why you're asking that question. So Venus, of course, is not included in the President's budget request for 2026. And because it is part of the budget request, unfortunately, I can't talk about that right now. I'm sure there will be a lot of future opportunities to discuss the Venus missions, the future of Discovery, and what is in that budget moving forward. So I'm very sorry. I know that's a very unsatisfactory answer, but at the moment, I can't talk about any details of the budget. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And we have a question also mine. We have Rosemary. You can go ahead.
Hi, can you repeat when Kathleen Vander Caden's webinar is?
Yes, it is Tuesday. Is it a Tuesday? It's the 29th. So what are we on now? 30th. Yeah, I think it's next Tuesday, the 29th at 12:30 Eastern. And
Okay.
I don't know if maybe during a break, the organizers have my slides. So if they want to pop that up, you can look at the QR code there. I think
great.
I'm not sure whether these get announced. I'm very sorry. I'm still getting up to speed. There's quite a lot to get up to speed on at the moment. So I don't know what the normal process is for announcing them, but I think it went out on NSpires. I think someone can correct me.
Okay, we have some questions in-house. If you could please state your name and organization.
Hi, Carl Agee, Institute of Meteoritics, University of New Mexico. And I just wanted to shout out to Kathleen Vander Caden, who is a Lobo, right? So you've got some good people there, and Kathleen is one of them. So anyway, we are here, the sample community, whether they're supported by NASA or NSF, are wondering where we go nowadays to get laboratory equipment funded. NSF is under a lot of pressure. They canceled the EAR instrumentation and facilities program that no longer exists, and the MRI has been postponed for a year. So we're worried about new equipment. And so could you just say a couple of things, or just say something about NASA? I know you mentioned it in that top level list, but I'm not sure anymore where it was. But in any case, I'll stop and just ask if you can comment on laboratory equipment funding.
I'm actually going to ask I think Kathleen is going to address that next week, and Shoshana Weeder, who is my executive officer, is also one of the Roses program officers. So Shoshana, if you know the answer, please could you chime in or put it in the chat? And if not, I'm going to make sure that Kathleen addresses it in her town hall next week. So again, I'm sorry I don't have the answer, just because I simply don't know. I do think that even if we are not offering everything in the next couple of years, that doesn't mean it's not going to come back in the future. And I'm sorry, I can't see everything at once. I can't see, can I see the chat? Roll out. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything from Shoshana. She might not be able to speak actually because she's not a presenter.
Okay, Ricky, are you seeing anything in chat, Ricky?
Oh, Shoshana missed the question. Sorry, well, the question, Shoshana, was where do people go for new lab equipment, given what's in the Roses? And I, oh, she was digging out the URL for the rollout. Okay, sorry. I think we will get back to you on that, Carl. We'll make sure that's addressed next week if you're able to join that.
Great, thank you, that's great. And so we have another question from in-house.
Hi, I'm Katie Gansler from the University of Maryland, and I do not envy being a civil servant right now. Given the fact that you and all of your civil servant and NASA contractor colleagues are kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, no pun intended, is there anything that we in the community, especially those of us who are not directly within the civil service or anything, is there anything we can do to support you and other colleagues that are dealing with all of this right now?
Well, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. I think so. We are part of the administration, right? We are part of the executive branch, and so we are aligned with the administration's desire to, shrink the footprint and reduce sort of spending across the government as a whole. So I have to say that up front. I think just what I would like to thank the community. I mean, I think everybody is continuing to do amazing work, even despite the uncertainty that has been going on, and we appreciate that. We would like to just ask that you continue that. Right now, there are a lot of changes. There are a lot of changes that we're dealing with here at headquarters, and I know that many of you are at the centres and at your universities. I think just asking that you trying to continue to stay focused on delivering the most exceptional science that we can continue to do is the most useful thing right now. Sorry, I'm very limited in what I can. You can no. How can I know
the Hatch Act.
Yeah,
there's only so much.
Right, right. So I think just knowing that the community is out there and that we all want the same thing, which is to explore space and do incredible things for the American people. Right, that's what we're doing. So getting that message out there, which I think people are doing very successfully, is really appreciated. But yeah, I'd be happy to have a chat offline. Just not sure this is the venue for it, but thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Louise. We have a question from online, I believe, from John Cooper.
Hello, Louise. This is John,
Hi, John.
from retirement. Another retiree, Jim Green, was, of course, one of your predecessors. And then he moved over to NASA chief scientist, and he retired from that. And of course, that position, I guess, is gone now. So how are you dealing with the absence of a chief scientist of NASA in this current environment?
That's a very good question. And some of the responsibilities of the Chief Scientist's Office are being pushed down to Science Mission Directorate, in particular to Michael New. So he is our, oh, sorry, I'm trying to, again, all the titles, all the orgs here, I'm still getting up to speed, but he is basically the lead for RNA, right? He's one of Nikki's deputies. And so he is taking over some of the Chief Scientist responsibilities. Was there anything in particular you were concerned about, or just in general?
No, just in general.
Just in
Thank
general.
you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. And then thanks. And we have one last question from in-house here.
Hi, Hope Ishii, University of Hawaii at Manoa. Hi, Louise. It's
Hi,
just
Hope.
great to
Nice
see you
to
in this
see you.
role. I just wanted to check, and I know I'm not trying to pin you down, but I thought I heard you say that you were looking at fourth quarter 2026 for New Frontiers. Was that correct, or did I mishear?
No earlier than
Okay,
fourth quarter 26
thank you.
is the current plan. Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you, Hope.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Louise, we know how incredibly busy you are. I can't imagine the size of the fire hose that you're drinking from. You've only been on the job a handful of months, and yet you're making a huge difference. So all of us very sincerely thank you for taking the time to talk with us here. So thanks so much.
Thank you very much. And I apologize for not being able to give fuller answers to your questions, but I hope to do so in the near future. So
Thank
appreciate
you.
your patience. Thank you.